You're watching the show Safalamee Yathra. Today's guest is Mr. Anil Kant, the CEO of Heartshell. Welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you.
Sir, could you please throw some light on why you have chosen this field of business?
Yeah, it's very easy, very simple. Primarily and predominantly because I love about people, people's lives, and I care passionately about saving lives. So that's one of the reasons I decided to get into the protection business. And you get both the things, your self-satisfaction of saving lives, and the business is actually quite a good business to be in.
So basically from which part of India are you?
Oh, I was born in Delhi.
Okay.
And in a small place called Kalkaji. So it's in pretty much central Delhi. And then I left to meet my family in England.
So your parents are also into the business background, or?
No. They're not. They're. In fact, I'm the odd one out. None of us in our family is actually in the business, doing any kind of business. Mm-hmm. So I was the odd one out. It's just the business that you're seeing at the moment, and the products you're seeing behind us is predominantly because my brother was a colonel in the army. So I wanted to do something that was army related and helping people, and that kind of triggered me to actually move into this protective business, protecting people's lives.
So at what age did you actually understand or realize that your passion was towards this field?
It was there a long time ago because, as I said, my brother was serving the Indian Army at the time, so he was there protecting the nation. I wanted to do something that would protect the people that were protecting the nation. And so it was a long time ago. But to get to this thing, the business that we're in, the entry barriers are too long, far too long. In other words, you can't just simply bring out a bulletproof jacket into this world, because you have to have it certified, you have to have it tested, and that testing and manufacturing process has to be repeatable. So we have our products that are certified in UK, US labs, etc.
So did you start your first establishment in UAE, or was it actually based first in UK and then you had...
Heartshell was established in UAE. It started, our growth actually started, here in 2010. We arrived at the time when there was a lot of problems happening in Afghanistan, Iraq, Libya. So we actually were able to help all of these, governments with the problems that they were facing from wars and terrorism, etc.
Sir, can you tell us about your children? How do you consider them now, as they're growing? You've seen them as your business grew, your children, your family, everything is. So how are they now, and what are they doing?
They're really happy with what they're doing. They're at the moment in the midst of their studies. Mm-hmm. My daughter Nena, she's at the moment doing clinical psychology. She's doing MSc at the moment, and the middle son Aidan, he's at the moment doing business studies in Surrey University in England. And Daniel, the youngest, he's 18, and he's just finished his college. So they're all extremely happy with what they're doing, and I think they have a few years before they actually decide what really is the future for them. Okay. We all do, we start out with some plan, and then eventually something comes in our lives that changes it. Yes. And I think that's what's going to happen with them as well. They're welcome to join the business if they want to, by the way. If they want to.
So your wife is also into helping you into the business, or?
She's massively helped, absolutely, but not critically, not in a criticism way either. So she's always supportive, like true partner.
Sir, how important is employee satisfaction and employee relationship for you? What is
it's absolutely critical. The only thing I stress on my employees is that learn, educate, because that's what's going to make you successful in life, whether in this company or any other company. So learning is the way to go forward. Train yourself and train yourself enough to train others. And I think they're doing great. You know, they're doing fantastic, in fact. And we have a very, throughout our international setup, if you like, we don't have many people leaving us. There's no revolving door kind of employee situation. People actually, once they come in, they normally love it and they stick around forever.
How do you look back when you initially started off in UAE and now you have patented a technology? So
yeah, it's a very happy moment, to be honest. You know, we have a just patented application for some certain technologies in UK. UK, of course, you know, as everybody knows, it's the Western world of where technologies come from. UK, US, Europe, if you like. That's where, if you like, any technology coming from that part of the world is pretty much welcomed anywhere else. Which is sad in a way, because if I was to develop the same technology as an Indian in India, it perhaps doesn't have the same ring to it. So, but in any case, we developed the technology in UK, and this technology is known as liquid armor. And because we're in the defense business, and this particular coating is a nanotechnology coating, and what does it do? It predominantly strengthens any substrate that you apply this to. So, for example, if I can show you this, you know, if I may, we have a paper cup here.
okay.
It's just paper, and we've coated it with liquid armor, which can be any color, and you can apply this on oil and gas pipelines. You can apply it on vehicles or buildings, etc., to strengthen them. And but the cup strength is now virtually increased by almost 3,000%. So you could actually, it's flexible enough. Yet I could stand a man of 200 kilos on this cup without doing any damage to it.
That's an amazing technology indeed.
Yeah.
So I guess there's a lot of scope for it in the army field and many other fields, like protection, basically more for protection, maybe oil and gas or the defense levels.
Exactly, oil and gas, marine section, defense,
yes.
industrial, you know, strengthening buildings. Yeah. And because it has fire retardancy naturally, so it doesn't propagate fire. So that's another good thing. So you can coat buildings. We had a terrible disaster in England recently called the Grenfell Towers, where 76 people or more actually died alive in a tower. So if you had something similar like this applied, there'll be no propagation of fire. You know, it would almost save lives, and that's what we're all about, is trying to save lives.
Well, sir, could you say, what are the 3 words you would describe yourself in?
3 words?
Yes.
My God, I can think of 3 words: tenacity, tenacity, and tenacity.
Well, so right. So what are your values or principles that you have followed, which has brought your complete setup, you know, business initial stage to what it is today?
I think ethics. You know, you have to maintain ethics. In the end, you're saving people's lives, so there can't be any shortcuts. You can't take. You can't play God. You know, you really have to follow the system. There are certain charts that we have, manufacturing processes, and they really have to be followed in the most strictest code that you can imagine. There cannot be any deviation to that, because simple deviation means, you know, somebody's going to die. You know, we for example, this is a blast-proof wallpaper. Basically, it's another new technology. What you do there is you lay this fabric on a wall, and now the wall is blast-proof. So in case there was a bomb outside, the wall will actually retain its strength, allowing people to exit safely. So, but let's say there are a number of layers involved. You know, it will still do the job with one, but it's better with 2.
It increases the protection.
Absolutely, increases the protection. So depending on the blast, you need to have that kind of layers. So if we've decided in our process that you need to have X number of layers to protect a particular object or a person, you cannot deviate from that. If you do 1 layer less, yes, it may be profitable, but somebody will die. If you put 1 layer too many, hold on, there's another one. Now it's unprofitable. So you got to balance it out. So you got to stick to the process chart. It really have to, you know, we're kind of strict on that. I mean, that if I'm angry or if I'm upset, it's predominantly on that. Everything else really is the water off a duck's back for me.
How well do you maintain that customer satisfaction? How well are you, focused on the client satisfaction?
The client satisfaction is absolutely, in any business, is the most critical factor. Because if you don't satisfy them, they won't come back to you again.
Yes.
And in our case, client satisfaction, if it's not, somebody's dead. So we really need to make sure that we do our job well. So we always have a lot of safety margins. We just don't keep it close to the edge, if you like. There's a good high value, high percentage of safety margin in every product we produce.
Sir, last few words, few advices you would like to give to any startup entrepreneur, a new company, a person who's new to the field and who's with a dream, with a passion, just like you.
No, I can. If I think what I did right to make us successful, just stay at it. Stay at it. Stay focused. I know times will get difficult. You know, I've had those. Stay focused. And if you remain focused, you will achieve your destiny. And I think that's what we do. We're focused in what we do. We're single-minded when it comes to doing the right thing for our customers. There's no second thoughts on that. Customer must be satisfied at all times, at all cost. You know, because if you don't, they'll go to somebody else.
Well, sir, it was great talking to you. Thanks for the time you spent with us. May God bless the whole heart shell for all the future plans and expansion plans. And
thank you. Well, likewise, I have to say, you know, how you've interviewed has been great, and I've enjoyed every moment of it. And if there's anything I can do, you know, for you guys when you're out there, you know, I don't know if you ever get to war zones or not like this, but if you ever are there, we'll always be there to protect you.
My pleasure, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.